Judge Marks, Judge Fisher, Judge Obis, honored guests, brother and sister officers, friends and colleagues. We have once again gathered on this solemn day to commemorate the vicious and evil attacks perpetrated on our country on September 11, 2001. And more importantly, to reflect, honor, and pay tribute to 3 New York State court officers, Captain William Harry Thompson, Sergeant Thomas Juergens, and Sergeant Mitchell Wallace. These men, like so many first responders, made the ultimate sacrifice on 9/11 so that others may live. We still grieve their loss, and the void in our hearts goes unfilled. This year, we lost another 9/11 hero, Lieutenant Theodore Leotsakis. Teddy, like scores of other New York State court officers, was one of the first emergency personnel to arrive on the scene of the attacks. His mission was simple but valiant: help anyone and everyone he could without regard for his own safety. When the South Tower collapsed, Teddy and many others were trapped in the rubble inside the North Tower. And whether it was divine intervention, luck, or a combination of the two, he made it out and his life was spared. Thousands of innocent lives were stolen from us on that day. However, what we didn't know then, but is quite apparent now, was their exposure to the airborne toxins would be the catalyst and cause of serious ailments and diseases, including cancer, which has and continues to take the lives of our first responders, including Teddy, and all those who were present at the hallowed ground that has been forever consecrated Ground Zero. If you knew Teddy, you could not help but love him. If you didn't, my heart felt sorrow, because you missed knowing one of the most decent, honest, and caring human beings I have ever met. Teddy understood the meaning of friendship and commitment, and it was comforting to know that Teddy always had your back, no matter what. Teddy was an airman in the United States Air Force, and he served our country bravely, honorably, and faithfully during the Vietnam War, and was injured in combat during the 10th Offensive. He returned home, where he trained and became a respiratory therapist, and he worked at Memorial Sloan Kettering Hospital for more than 20 years, again, serving and caring for others. Teddy was a devoted husband and the proud father of 3 beautiful daughters, Stacy, Cynthia, and Stephanie. 3 grandchildren, Stephen, Jake, and Juliana, and his wonderful son-in-law, Brian. And between having and raising a family, Teddy became a New York State court officer in 1986 and was assigned to the Nassau County Courts, where he eventually became a firearms instructor. In 1988, due to a much larger than normal recruit class, the New York State Court Officers Academy requested the assistance of our fellow instructors from the Nassau and Suffolk County Courts. It was at that time that I first met Teddy. As I greeted him at the door of the office at 80 Center Street, I could see this intimidating, broad-shouldered man, loaded with tattoos, who looked like he could rip a house down with his bare hands. For a guy that never lifted a weight in his life, he was strong as an ox. And my first thought was, geez, I hope I never get this guy angry. And from the mouths of babes, one time we were doing a Bring Your Child to Work program. One of the young men looked at Teddy with all his tattoos, barrel chest, and asked him very innocently, "Are you a corrupt cop?" Teddy put a big smile on and laughed it off like he did with most things. His physical appearance was the complete polar opposite of who he really was. In actuality, Teddy was the nicest, most gentle, considerate, and compassionate people you ever met, and he had a tremendous and infectious sense of humor, and when he was around, you knew it. He brought fun and joy wherever he was. He was the living example of the old cliche. about never judging a book by its cover. I can honestly say that I never met a single person who had a bad word to say about Teddy. To know him was to love him. He was that wonderful. Eventually, Teddy would come to work at the Academy full-time, and we worked together for many years. I was sad when he retired, but we remained in close contact, which, if you know Teddy, was a bit challenging, you see, because Teddy didn't like to take telephone calls. The second he picked up your phone call, he was trying everything in his power to get off the phone with you. He would much rather see you in person and shoot the breeze, and he made every effort to do so. Not a day goes by that I don't think of my friend and brother, and I miss him terribly. I still have a difficult time accepting that he's gone, but I thank God for the time I had with him. When I think of Teddy, Harry, Tommy, and Mitch, I'm overcome by grief and sadness. We constantly hear the phrase, "We will never forget." I see murals, bumper stickers, and even bodies adorned with tattoos with that phrase. And I wonder, do people really understand the meaning of those words? For me, they mean that each and every day, not only will I remember my fallen brothers and my thoughts and prayers, but I will try to live up to their example of caring about others, regardless of the color of their skin or by which name they call their God. Our heroes cared so much about others that they gave their lives to save them, complete strangers. If you truly want to honor and pay homage to these wonderful men and their families, follow their example. Take into your hearts the basic tenets they lived by. Care about people. Be honest, respectful, and civil to each other, even when you don't agree. Don't succumb to the negativity that surrounds us. In simple terms, don't say you will never forget. Live it each and every day. Words without actions are just that, words. Harry, Tommy, Mitch, and Teddy epitomized what it means to be a New York State court officer, what it means to be good human beings. They deserve more than lip service. We owe it to them and their families to follow their example through our actions and deeds each and every day. And finally, I'm on the no illusion that my words can even attempt to assuage the grief and anguish that their families live with each and every day. However, this is my feeble attempt to let them know that they are not alone in their grief. We grieve with them, and we will continue to honor our heroes each and every day. And we truly will never forget, because we know what those words mean. I'd like to thank Barry Clark and the 9/11 Committee for the privilege and honor to address you all today. Thank you all for being here. God bless you, and God bless the greatest country in the history of the world, the United States of America. Thank you.